What's up, traders? Welcome back to another market analysis. This is going to be the last market analysis for April, guys. So this is the last couple days left in April. We got like 2 days left, and then we're going to transition into the second month of this quarter, which is going to be May. All right, so April was a good month for me, guys. It was a profitable month. I'm hoping it was a profitable month for you. If you're in the Discord, then it was definitely a profitable month for you. If you're in our public Discord, so hopefully you guys had a good month. Well, the month is not over yet, so you can still turn around. You got like 2 more days left, so you got to lock in with your trades. But we're here right now. We're just looking at the week overall. We're going to be covering from the 28th to the 2nd, and we do have NFP this week. You guys know that's going to be the most major news this week that we're going to look out for is that Friday, that non-farm employment change. All right, we're going to see what the Fed is talking about. Let me see if this music is too loud real quick, guys. Okay, I think that's good. But we're going to see what's going on with the Fed. I know that Trump is trying to force the Fed to cut rates. I'm not sure how that's going at the moment. I need to do some more research on that. We don't know. We'll see what Powell wants to do if he wants to cut rates. The last thing he said was he was not going to change anything, but we'll see how that's looking now as we get into NFP this month, and then we get into CPI and we get into PPI. We're going to see how that's going to change. All right. And just so you know, if they do cut rates, that means we're going to have just a much more weaker dollar. So we could see some more bearish price action on the dollar. But just to kind of overall cover this week, we do have some other major news going on this week. We have tomorrow job openings at 10 a.m. For those that's trading New York session like myself. We need to look out for those job openings, especially for indices and NAS and XPX and US 30. So that is going to be very important. I know today we had CAD news, and we're going to talk about CAD in a second when we get to the charts. Let's see, we have Aussie, we have the CPI for the Aussie. That's going to be very important if you are trading Aussie pairs, which I do. I trade a lot of pairs, so I'm definitely watching these news in these areas. I don't trade Asian session, so I mean, it's not really going to affect me unless I'm in a position, but we will see. We will see how that goes. We also have the core PCE right here. That's going to be important on Wednesday. We have a lot of news on Wednesday, honestly, for the US and the dollar. JPY is going to be big this week for my JPY traders. I am trading some JPY. I think I'm about to get into a JPY entry very, very soon, which I want to show you guys. We have BOJ, so that's going to be very, very, very important for the Japanese pairs. Okay, so Thursday seems a little weak. We still have more JPY. We have unemployment claims, but I don't think unemployment claims on Thursday is going to do anything crazy. I really think for the dollar this week, NFP, guys, that's going to be the most major news this week. Job openings as well and core PCE. Those are going to be like the major news this week for the dollar. Okay, so let's get into the week and let's talk about what I'm looking for, what I'm covering, what I'm expecting for this week. And we'll get straight into it. Let's go to the dollar here real quick. What are we looking for here on the dollar? So what can we see here, guys? We see that the dollar is still bearish, right? We still don't see that accumulation that I'm looking for. Remember, I told you guys what I need to see for this market to start going back towards the upside, and for me to think that buyers are starting to get back in this market, I need to see I need to see an accumulation, right? We need to see that large range start to form that's building those buy orders. Until we see that, momentum is still towards the downside. If I go here on the daily time frame, look how weak these daily candles are and just how weak buyers are in this market overall. Honestly, we still got some imbalance that we could come and fill, which I would love to see the market come and fill that imbalance. But with just the pressure, the selling pressure that the market has been giving us to the downside, especially the dollar, with all this selling pressure that we see going down to the downside here, we need that change of character, right? We need that huge kind of accumulation, right? You guys know for my Wyckoff traders, that huge accumulation that's going to show those buying orders and those orders getting filled before we see a, you know, a nice retracement to kind of fill up all this imbalance and fill up all that inefficiency and all that price that we just, you know, kind of just went through. So that's basically the dollar. Honestly, I'm still bearish on the dollar. I haven't seen any reason to, you know, for the dollar to go higher at the moment. Even going into the lower time frames today's Monday, so I'm not expecting anything crazy movement today. We still see that we're manipulating highs, right? We're still taking out Asian highs. Today we just took out Asian highs today, and we got to push lower. That is still telling me that we still have, you know, active sellers here. It might not be strong sellers, but we still have active sellers that's willing to take this market lower. We have not invalidated any highs either, so I'm going to expect some more down price action, and just for us to probably come take out these lows. Probably not today, though. Today's Monday, guys, so I'm not expecting anything major for today. Now, going into EU, unfortunately, EU has been ranging. I say unfortunately because I don't like when EU ranges like this. So basically what I'm waiting for on EU is I'm waiting for us to break towards the upside, guys. I'm waiting for a break towards the upside or to the downside. And I said to the upside because if dollar is going to go lower, EU is going to go higher. Okay, so if I'm anticipating bearish, more bearish moves on the dollar, I'm going to anticipate more bullish moves on EU. So I'm waiting for EU to give me that bullish setup. You guys can see we're still technically bullish as far as order flow. From this low to this high, we're still in that bullish market cycle. We can still see the market is going higher, right? We haven't invalidated anything. We haven't created a change of character that allows me to look for sales yet. So we're not going to take any sales just yet. We were ranging last week. I didn't take anything on EU last week because of this range. I do see that we are kind of breaking out this range. Now, the only thing I'm waiting for, I like this move here. I like this manipulation of Asian lows. We kind of have a lot more liquidity down here that I would love for us to come lower and take, honestly, before I look for anything. Something like this, right? Manipulation of these lows here, and then potentially we can find a setup in here, or there's just that pullback that gives us that mitigation to take a move towards the upside. So that'd be like a more structured play that I would look for. Now, if the market leaves this liquidity down here, it would have to be a nice setup, guys. I would need a nice setup here. So yeah, I would need a very good setup here for me to take a trade and we don't take this liquidity. I don't like taking trades when liquidity is right there because, I mean, come on, I'm just setting myself up, right? We're just lining right into the target for for these banks to take us out. So hopefully we can come down here and get this buying opportunity underneath these lows before this market pushes higher. Now, like I said, if the market just pushes higher, if we can find a good like an A+ setup, you know, picture perfect A+ setup, hey, we'll swing at it and see what happens. All right. GU is looking a lot better because the GU is breaking towards the upside here. I was actually trying to look to see if I could see anything for today to try to take it off of, but nothing yet. We did not take out Asian lows at all. Even here, we did not take out Asian lows, which I really didn't like. GU usually does a good job of taking out Asian lows and Asian highs. So that was something that was kind of just, didn't really like that today. But with GU continually going higher like this, I'm looking for buying opportunities. So I'm just waiting for the next optimal buying opportunity. Like I said, it's Monday. Probably tomorrow, maybe we can get something. Maybe tomorrow we can raid Asian lows, right? We can get a sweep here, and we get that impulse towards the upside, that being our mitigation, and we take that trade higher. That's what I'm looking for here on GU. I'm looking for buying opportunities. I'm looking for the sweeps of these lows. Now, I would take a setup or I would take a trade off of this if we would have taken out these lows, but since we didn't, I'm missing a rule. You guys know we need a manipulation, we need the impulsive move, we need the imbalance. I see the other two, right? We have the imbalance right here. We have the impulsive move. We can see how aggressive the market is moving towards the upside. Only thing we're missing is the manipulation. We didn't take out any lows at all. So we're not going to take a trade off of that. Okay, we're gonna wait for the market to show us that manipulation. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this doesn't look too bad right here. Let's see, that doesn't look too bad on the 4-hour time frame. Doesn't look too bad. Tomorrow, depending on how the market opens up, I want to see something, and I'll see if we will take something out of here. It doesn't look too bad, but it's not the picture perfect setup we're looking for. But we'll see. We'll see as the week goes on if we need a trade. We don't want to force anything, okay, guys? AU might be a lot better, okay? I like AU right now. My face just sparked up because this looks a lot better for a setup. I think all we need here is this break of this high. So you guys know we took a trade off AU last week. We took our trade somewhere. Where did we take our trade? We took our trade here, right? Off of this 4-hour demand zone right here. That's where we took our trade off of last week. We got the entry on Tuesday. Take profit hit on Wednesday, right? That was the trade. That was the only trade we took on AU, and then AU started kind of messing around and started looking ugly, so we left it alone. But today, I just now, I love how we took out Asian lows and we took out all these lows right here. I love that. I love the imbalance here. But really what I need this 4-hour to keep going. All right, I need this 4-hour to keep going towards the upside. I will actually have this ready to take a buy limit on it. Yeah, I'm going to have this ready to take a buy limit, guys. Once we actually break above these highs here and we get a closure, at least on the 1-hour time frame, that shows us that this market actually wants to, you know, go higher and not just mess around and manipulate us, because that's not what we want. Buy, well, that's the wrong one. Yeah, buy, setup, confirmed. That's ugly. I am not a English teacher, guys. I am a trader. Buy, setup, confirmed. Okay. So yeah, this is our manipulation right here. Pretty nice manipulation. The only thing we need now is that impulse to break this high, and then, you know, just a fair value gap or, you know, an imbalance left over, and then we'll take buys here on AU. So that's what I'm looking for here on AU. Pretty nice. This market has been pushing towards the upside. You guys can see after taking out all this liquidity, we kind of sat above these highs. So I'm gonna delete this because this is not a manipulation. Looking on a daily time frame, we're sitting above these highs. We're kind of maintaining those highs. You can see this market had a nice push towards the upside, a nice rally after this huge manipulation, right? Taking out all these lows, and we have a nice accumulation. Basically, it's just one big accumulation. So I could see this market really coming back into these bigger areas and just those higher prices. Okay. Now UCAD. UCAD. Man, this market, we're still in the same trade, guys. Trust me. Man, this market here, we're still in that trade. Okay. We almost got close to TP today. Unfortunately, we did not hit it. I think we missed by like 10 pips. 9.3, 10 pips. So we're close. I'm still in the trade. I'm still holding it. I did go reduce risk just because we're so close. We got so close to take profit here. We did hit that 1 to 2 that allows me to go reduce risk. So I did go to reduce risk. Basically, my stop loss now is above this high. And honestly, it's a good place for my stop loss to be. And for those of you that are in the Discord that took this trade with me, I'm letting you know right now, I am reduced risk. I moved my stop loss to this high. And the reason why is because look at what the market's been doing on these Asian highs, right? We've been manipulating Asian highs and going lower. Here, we manipulated Asian highs, we went lower. Even today, we manipulated Asian highs during London session and we went lower. Okay, so I do not want the market to go past this high. If the market goes past this high, most likely we're going to continue higher and continue breaking towards the upside, okay? Which is not what I want to see. So that is going to be where we protect our trade. And just in case, you know, if the market, you know, just missed our take profit and it comes back, we don't want to take a full stop loss on a trade that almost hit take profit. Okay, well, you know, this is only going to lose me like, what, 20% of how much I would have actually lost, right? I'm risking 1%. This is going to be barely anything. So it's going to feel like a break even to me. And I'm okay with that because this trade has been messing around a lot. I do like the fact that we are rejecting off this area. I can't expect this to continue lower, guys. Honestly, it just, we don't know. Okay, we don't know what's going to happen. This trade's been moving around a lot. And I did see we had some CAD news today as well. So we'll be cautious with that. We have a lot of news this week. Let's be cautious, all right? Let's not play around. Let's not play with fire. This market has been kind of messing around. We're not going to play around with it. So USDCHF today actually did hit reduce risk. I just updated it out right now because that just happened recently. You guys already know the trade that we were in. And actually, I'm going to be looking for sales. We're going to talk about that in a second. I kind of just wanted to show you guys this. I was planning this out and I was doing my journaling on it. So basically, you guys know what happened with that trade. We had that impulsive move, right, that took out this liquidity, gave us that impulse towards the upside, and we got a reaction off that area, and we see the market pushed higher. Ended up getting stopped out now. We got stopped out at reduced risk, and it's the same thing, right? The market mitigated. We got the entry. We got some profit. We did not reach the 1 to 2 for me to go fully break even. So once we broke this high, I moved my stop loss underneath this low here, and you can see the market hit that today. Now, to kind of update this here, because we don't need to see any of this anymore. The market just gave us a change of character. So let me go ahead and zoom out real quick. That was supposed to be for our break even. Let's delete that. Let's go to the 4 hour. And let's zoom into here. It's going to be our change of character to the bottom. Do we have a manipulation? Look what we see here, guys. This is nice. Manipulation of Asian highs. Manipulation of Asian highs. I just made a video on this. What is this, guys? This is order flow. Order flow to the downside, right? We're seeing order flow. We just got to change the character. This allows me to look for selling opportunities now. So what I'm going to do here on the 4 hour, most likely I'm going to take this trade here. Let's see this 1 hour candle. We have our imbalance right here. Nice imbalance right there. See what the stops are looking like. Oof. 49. I don't know about that one. Let me see something. Let's compare real quick. 34. Yeah, I don't know about 49, guys. I don't know about that one. We'll gotta adjust that. This is gonna be harder for the market to hit this area. 43. It doesn't really help that much. Let's see. Let's keep going. Let's see how far. Oh man. This is probably gonna be where we're gonna have to take this. But to be honest, we know how this market is. It's probably gonna feel the imbalance and take off. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to settle. Probably have to settle for the bigger trade, guys. It is what it is. But I will put this here as well for a training session. Right, that's just going to be to train my eyes and for me to just see how the market kind of comes and activates this trade. Once this candle closes, which is going to close, this 4 hour candle next 17 minutes, I'm going to send this out to the Discord. I'm send it out to the Discord. You guys are probably going to see it. You're going to see it before this video probably gets posted. But I'm going to send this out. And basically you have two opportunities. If you want a lesser stop loss, there you go. That's going to be where you want to take that. If you want the most optimal trade to actually get hit, that's where you're going to have to take it right there at that open. And to be honest, I believe that's where I'm going to take it as well. Just to be on the safer side. You just never know how these markets go. And I just purely don't like missing entries. I purely just don't like missing entries, guys. Let me see. And you know what? Yeah, that'll actually be a nice trade too. We have imbalance over here. So we actually, yeah, that's what I'll take. Because we have imbalance. We have a nice target that the market could come into. So I'm more confident taking that as well now. So yeah, that's what we'll do. That's going to be our trade on USDCHF here. And I'll still keep that there just for training eyes purposes, right? Just to see. I'll add that to my journal. If I do see that we come and hit this area, I'll add it to my journal. But that's going to be the most safest trade right here. And I'm going to target the 1 to 3, of course. And that 1 to 3 lands on an imbalance, which is perfect. Okay. Moving on to UJ. I'm not looking for anything on UJ personally, guys. Not at the moment, but I do see that we are going to break these lows right here. So that's going to be a change of character for me. Change of character. We did raid the highs. Yes, we did. Rated these highs nicely too. Rated these highs very nicely. That's gonna be the trade right here. So yeah, we have a lot of potential setups coming in. We just need this change of character here on UJ. So that's what I'll be looking for here on UJ. Once we get that change of character, and then that's gonna be our target down here. It's gonna be that imbalance right there. Once we get this change of character, that's going to be our selling area to take this market down into the imbalance, guys. See what that looks like. We'll probably hit TP before we even get anywhere near that imbalance, but we'll see. 7. Yeah, guys, these are some large stop losses. Bear with me. Bear with me. This is what we have to do. All right, that's what I'll be looking for here on USDCHF. When this trade confirms, like I said, as these trades confirms, I will send it out to you guys. We're just analyzing right now. Gold, look for buys on gold, right? Self-explanatory. Let's kind of zoom in and see what's going on today. I don't see that we didn't take any liquidity, but right now gold is not respecting any. Gold is not coming back for any demand zones. It's not coming back to take out liquidity. It's not doing nothing. It's just going up. Right, we're just mitigating areas, mostly imbalances. That's the primary thing that I see that we're doing. We're just mitigating imbalances and we're just taking off. So for gold, look for buy opportunities on gold, whatever your strategy is. Right now, it's not mitigating my demand zones. So I haven't actually been trading gold. I already caught the position that I wanted all the way down here when I was buying gold. So to be honest, I'm just leaving gold alone. To be honest with you guys, unless it wants to give me some like day trading opportunities, or you know, come back into my demand zones or come back into the imbalances or something like that, then I'll take it. You know, I'll take some day trading opportunities. But for the time being, guys, I'm just sitting tight and yeah. But buy gold because we are bullish. We're gonna continue going higher. Potentially, we can come back and take out these lows. So be careful. Don't be too aggressive. And we are at all-time highs still. Understand that where we're at here, we're at very, very high premium pricing. So I don't want you guys being too aggressive, okay? But gold is still bullish, all right? GJ, nothing has changed for me on this market. I am still looking for this same area here. On this 4 hour, this is going to be where our buy order is going to be here on GJ. All right. Now, as the market comes down, we're going to be careful. Okay. I'm going to watch this. I haven't set the limit order just yet. I do have this alert that tells me when it gets close, so I can just snap on and just buy the market manually, or I can just set the limit order. I'm actually going to put that a little bit higher just to remind me, just a lot faster. That way I can actually send it out a lot quicker to the Discord. Okay, so but that's what we're looking for here on GJ. We're looking for those buys. I don't like setting limit orders on GJ just yet, especially going into changeover where the spreads get crazy. Yeah, GJ tends to go crazy at changeover, and wicks get insane. So I don't like to automatically set limit orders on GJ. All right, I like to kind of wait after changeover, going like further into Asian session before I actually set that limit order. So we're gonna be patient on that one. And CADJPY, I seen that this just activated here, but this is the trade that we're looking for here on CADJPY. Pretty simple. Right, we have manipulations, right? We have manipulation of Asian lows. We can see we have a huge accumulation here. Market spikes higher. We break this high, we come back, we accumulate again. This is not the best accumulation. This is a type 4, right? But it is an accumulation that goes underneath Asian lows again, and then we have another push towards the upside. So it is a 4-hour setup here, and let me just kind of show you guys. There's the 4-hour setup, and then we do have our imbalance right here with that doji candle taking out this recent low and just mitigating back over here. So that's going to be the most optimal area to buy CADJ. Now, if this area breaks, we're going to have that same change of character, and we're going to look for those selling opportunities. What I did notice today is CADJ didn't even take out its Asian highs. So we could potentially have this buyback to come back here and take out these highs and just kind of sweep these highs. But with how the JPY pair has been looking today, they have been kind of aggressive to the downside. So we'll see how that plays out. But that is a trade that just activated for me right now. If you guys want to join into that trade, you're welcome to do so. Okay. CHFJ. So I'm looking for buys on this. I'm looking for it to create a setup today. And it looks like that's what we're doing at the moment. We did take out Asian lows already. Asian lows is all the way up here. And then we have our accumulation today that's happening right here. So all I'm waiting for, guys, is just a break of this high. A break of this high right here. This could be a 4-hour setup, or it could be a 1-hour setup. I don't know yet. It depends on what leaves the best impulse and what leaves the best imbalance for us. But at the moment, nothing. We don't see the imbalance. We don't see the kind of impulse that we're looking for. So it really depends on how the market goes and breaks this high. You guys know how we're going to look for it. And like I said, I will update you guys if this trade actually becomes something. Now, going on the higher time frame here, this market has been bullish. That's why we're looking for those buying opportunities. And we just traded into a demand zone. We were talking about this last week on our last call where we looked at CHFJPY and it mitigated this demand zone. And since then, we kind of see that impulse. So I'm kind of just following that order flow off of that demand zone and seeing if we can create some more buying opportunities. Okay, so that's what we're looking for here on CHFJPY. I believe ACAD did not create anything for me today. ACAD has been really ugly for me. Don't know why. Let's see. Okay, we swept Asian lows finally. Do we have a setup though? We swept Asian lows. Filled imbalance, great. Not yet. All right, no setup just yet. We already filled this imbalance right here. We already traded into it. I like the manipulation. Let's see how the 4-hour candle goes. Put a break of structure to the upside. Let's see, CHFJPY. Let's change that, and let's change ACAD here. I'm gonna put here if this setup is confirmed for us or not. And let's do confirmed by with the question mark. That means we have to check in, make sure all the rules is actually aligning. Let's go to GCAD real quick. GCAD is pushing towards the upside. I told you guys, do not take this sell if we don't have a hedging position. Okay, and since we don't have a hedging position, I didn't take a hedging position on on GCAD. No trade, right? We're not gonna take this sell. I'm actually looking for buys, waiting for the setup here. But on GCAD, I already explained it to you guys, right? We are bullish, right? On the 4-hour time frame, this is why we look at different structure points. We look at the 4-hour structure and we look at the 1-hour structure, right? We kind of have to have the structure to compare the higher time frame to our order flow structure, because you guys know I like to trade the 1 hour, but I need a reference structure, which is usually the 4 hour or the daily time frame, right? So basically that tells me that this market is still bullish, right? We have a pullback, we mitigated and we filled in balance, and now the market wants to create another leg. So even though we were looking for sales, and that's the reason why I was even looking for sales in the first place, guys, when this market created this change of character here, I knew that we were trying to come back into discounted pricing of this leg right here. So as soon as the market gets into discounted pricing, we filled in balance, and I seen the next change of character, I immediately knew it was over, right? The selling opportunities was over, okay? So after that, that's why we were trying to look for buys here to take into this area here, so we could get like 2 orders. We can get a buy opportunity and a sell opportunity at the same time, just in case the market wanted to turn around and give another swing to the downside. We never know, that could happen, so I like to do that just in case. That way I have 2 trades and both trades are covered, right? Because if the market goes up, okay, I'll lose 1%, but I'll make 2%. Okay, but if the market goes down, I'll lose 1%, I'll make 2%. So either way, I'm in profit. And it's just an easy trade of a just in case, okay? So I like to do those hedging opportunities when they present themselves. In this case right here, we just didn't get the buy opportunity, so I'm not gonna take the sell opportunity, okay? eChef, we see a major push to the downside. After this change of character, guys, I'm kind of just chilling on eChef. That's why it's in red right now. I don't really have anything on it, so I'm just vibing out, trying to see what it wants to do and what it wants to create, okay? To kind of move on forward, we're gonna go to NAS, and today today was an interesting day on NAS. So basically all we did today, guys, was sweep the high of Friday. Right here, as you guys can see, we swept Friday's highs, and since then we've been pushing to the downside. I've tried to take some sales today, guys. I wasn't locked in all the way, so I didn't get the most optimal positions here on NAS. But you can kind of see I was looking for these sales today. I got some positions, not the most optimal ones. I wanted some better positions, but I didn't get the best entries, right? Got in somewhere like late, somewhere over here on US30. I actually got a position like right here, super late off of this like 5 minute. You guys know I'm looking for the 5 minute imbalances, especially on the lower time frame here. So we traded into this 5 minute imbalance after breaking that, well, after like rejecting off of that, and we got that wick. I just took the sell opportunity. I'm going for a 1 to 2. That's gonna be on the challenge account that I started last week, that I told you guys we're only going to trade indices, NAS and US30. So that's going to be the first trade of this week on that account for a 1 to 2. And yeah, I'm just chilling. I'm waiting for it to go lower so I can go break even on it. But as far as like my personal account, my live account, I didn't take any setups today. I wasn't locked in 100% to actually catch the imbalances that I was looking for. Like I missed this one up here. I missed this imbalance up here earlier. I was not looking at the chart at that time, and I kind of missed that kind of very, very good selling opportunity. Here's another one, guys, right? I'm going to delete these very soon because I don't like looking at them. I don't like looking at them because most likely this market, watch this be like the highest of this week. Watch this be like the start of a very, very heavy selling pressure. I wouldn't be surprised, right? But basically, yeah, those are the kind of trades that I missed this week. I mean, this morning, because I wasn't locked in. So it is what it is. There are gonna be more opportunities. So we'll just wait till tomorrow and see what happens. This trade right here, I'll update you guys tomorrow if this trade becomes a break even or if it hits take profit during the live call, of course, because I like to update you guys on that strategy. So we'll see what happens here on NAS and US30. But that's basically what I'm in today. Tomorrow, I will update you guys what I'm looking for, depending on how the market opens. We will see. Today was a bearish day. Tomorrow, we could potentially come here and just take out these lows. We have Asian lows here, or we could come and take out these lows and then continue higher. We'll see what happens tomorrow, right? The market has been kind of in this area for a little bit now, so we could go either way for me at the moment. We'll have to see what happens, okay? And let's see. Moving on. We're going to go, let's go to crypto real quick, and then we're going to end it there. Bitcoin is looking pretty good still. Like I told you guys here, we bounced off of this 75,000 near this reaccumulation, and we're kind of looking to go towards the 100,000. I do expect a little reaction off 100,000, maybe just a little drop to kind of fill all of this inefficiency before we get that next push potentially. Okay, this market is still bullish, right? We're seeing reaccumulations. We're not invalidating the reaccumulation. So technically on a bigger scale, we're still bullish. Okay, so that's basically what I'm looking for here on Bitcoin as far as crypto goes. And that's pretty much it, guys. I didn't want to make this market analysis too long because we are going to have a live call tomorrow where I will reanalyze the market as well. But I wanted to give you guys an idea of so far of what I'm looking for this week and basically what I traded today. All right. So thank you guys for coming in. Thank you guys for joining into this market analysis. I will see you guys in the Discord. If you have any questions, if you have any pairs that I did not cover, please let me know. Peace out.